To say that Zack Snyder is a controversial figure in the world of DC would be like saying that Lex Luthor has a mild disliking of Superman. A huge understatement. Today, while Snyder's fanbase is still campaigning hard over the fate of the Snyderverse, and many others simply disregard Snyder and his movies as subpar, I would like to present an argument as to why I think that DC should, in fact, bring back Zack Snyder in James Gunn's DCU. First of all, it's no big secret that James Gunn and Zack Snyder are actually quite good friends in real life, which is quite ironic considering just how deeply opposed the two's fan bases are. It's also well known that James Gunn does not shy away from working with people that he likes, such as casting his wife in a major role in Peacemaker and casting Michael Rooker in basically everything he works on. So it wouldn't be too surprising if, as a friend of Snyder's, Gunn trusted his capabilities as a storyteller enough to give him a project in the DCU. That being said, Snyder and Gunn being friends isn't enough justification to bring him back, so what other qualities does Snyder have? Well, before we get onto that, let me be clear on what project I think that Snyder should be brought to work on. In my opinion, I think that Zack Snyder could easily excel with a Wonder Woman project. Now, not the Wonder Woman film currently in development in the DCU. I mean, hell, not even Paradise Lost, the Game of Thrones inspired TV drama set on Themyscira, but just some project to do with the mythological world of Wonder Woman I feel could really play to Snyder's strengths. For example, we already saw in Snyder's cut of the Justice League movie that he has some sort of interest in the world of Wonder Woman, as not only did Wonder Woman play a pretty major role in the story, but so too did the island of Themyscira, with one of the 3 mother boxes being held there and a big fight occurring there with Steppenwolf. Additionally, there's one more story about Zack Snyder and Wonder Woman that, in my opinion, clearly demonstrates at least some understanding of the character to a certain extent. In the 2017 Wonder Woman movie, there's a scene in which Wonder Woman directly disobeys the orders of soldiers and Steve Trevor to not go over no man's land and try and save the others, as it was considered too reckless, with Steve Trevor saying,
"We can't save everyone in this war."
Wonder Woman ignores this, however, and crosses no man's land anyway, inspiring Trevor and the others to help her, and they eventually succeed in defeating the enemy. In my opinion, and many other people's opinions that I've seen online, this is one of the best scenes of the entire movie, as it perfectly encapsulates Wonder Woman's no-nonsense attitude to anyone that tries to stop her from doing the right thing, which is crucial to her not only as a hero, but also a feminist hero. The thing is, the Warner Brothers executives didn't understand that, and were actually planning on cutting the scene from the film to streamline it for theatres, until the intervention of 2 people, director Patty Jenkins and producer Zack Snyder. Now, don't get me wrong, Patty Jenkins was absolutely crucial as to why Wonder Woman 2017 was so successful, with her being one of the key creatives behind the film, and I'm not trying to take away any credit from her, but the fact that Zack Snyder did also help her out in keeping the scene, even though she was the one who mainly fought for it, shows that Snyder understands the importance of the scene and therefore some of the core characteristics of Wonder Woman as a character. Of course, Zack Snyder is a very stylistic director, and his films aren't for everyone, but a reoccurring theme across a lot of his films is the idea of gods dealing with their humanity. This theme is seen in quite a few of his projects, such as Watchmen and, quite infamously, Man of Steel. Now, whilst many criticise Man of Steel for its transformation of Superman into a godlike figure, Wonder Woman is literally from a world of gods, so I feel like Wonder Woman's mythology could be greatly suited to Snyder's style. Additionally, whilst I'm aware that, movies are subjective and this might not reflect your personal opinion, Snyder's joint 2nd highest rated movie of his career on IMDb is 300, a movie about the army of 300 Spartans in ancient Greece, which is of course the same mythology as Wonder Woman. Just this year, Snyder worked with Netflix as a key creative behind an animated mature TV show called Twilight of the Gods, which is a revenge story set in Norse mythology. Whilst Twilight of the Gods is, like I said, Norse mythology and not ancient Greek, its depiction of Norse mythology is very thorough, faithful, and in-depth, crafting the story around the mythology instead of the other way around, which to me shows me that he has enough care and discipline when handling mythology to deal with the world of Wonder Woman. So that is why I think that Zack Snyder should return to DC and work his craft on a Wonder Woman project, which might not only satisfy the strong desire of his fans to see him return to DC, but might even allow fans of James Gunn to see Snyder's qualities as a filmmaker. Now, do I expect this to happen? Of course not. Not only does James Gunn most likely want to differentiate the DCU as his own unique take on the characters, but Zack Snyder also probably doesn't want to return to DC as he already had his time there, even if it was unfortunately cut short. Nevertheless, I think it's an interesting idea to entertain, and hopefully I helped you guys understand my vision. Thanks for watching.